Yes, my name is Moses Sutieno, and good evening from wherever you are. This is Political Room, and I want to officially welcome you to the show. Of course, it is amazing to have you around, and we're gonna talk about a raft of issues that have happened today, and I think we have a lot to talk about, including the Uburu issue, Kimani Wamatangi issue, and many things that we are yet to discuss. So straight away, Dr. Oburu Odinga, the senator for Siaya, visited Kibra. This is the first rally since the demise of Raila Odinga, that Dr. Oburu Odinga is having in Kibra, the bedroom of Baba, the bedroom of ODM. So Oburu Odinga stormed Kibra, the bedroom of Raila Amolo Odinga, the the former party leader. And one thing that was evident is that ODM has a long way to go. ODM has a long way to go, and ODM is dead politically, if you may say so. ODM is politically dead. A rally which Raila used to have in Kibra with the one that Uburu had today, it is a world of difference. It is different. Let me say so. It is different. One, people did not turn out in Kibra. People did not turn out to receive Uburu, who is the party leader of ODM. In the recent past, when Raila Odinga used to hold meetings or rallies in Kibra, Kibra would be packed to capacity. And that one was not the case today. In today's rally, there was no proper turnout of ODM supporters or rather people. The people who support ODM, the Mwananchi, the common citizens, did not turn up to vote. Not to vote, but to Benny, I can see you, did not turn out to receive Dr. Oburu. This is the first rally that Oburu was holding today since Raila Odinga passed on. And the turnout was low, and I think Oburu Odinga should wake up and smell the coffee. Oburu Odinga should wake up and smell the coffee. This is not the kind of I never expected that people will fail or would fail to turn out to receive Dr. Oburu in Kibra. The Kibra rally, I don't know whether the people are mobilized, if people are mobilized or not mobilized, but the truth is, ODM has lost its ground. People no longer trust Dr. Oburu Odinga. Let's listen into what Oburu Odinga said today in let's listen into what Oburu Odinga said today in Kibra. And you know, when he was speaking, Oburu Odinga was somehow confused. Oburu Odinga was somehow confused, and I think Oburu Odinga should just resign as party leader of ODM. Oburu Odinga should resign, because one, party leadership requires vigor, requires strategy, requires some sort of strength, requires engagement. And there is some disconnect. There is some disconnect between ODM supporters and Oburu, especially in Kibra. This is Nairobi. So if people cannot receive Oburu in Nairobi, and Kibra is Raila's bedroom, or is ODM's bedroom. Let us not now mention Raila, but ODM's bedroom, or rather bedrock. Kibra is where ODM normally starts its activities and it glitters the whole country. Let's listen into what Oburu said in Kibra rally. Very unfortunate, and Oburu was almost confused in that particular rally. He appeared confused. Oburu in Kibra. Oburu Odinga in Kibra. Oburu Odinga in Kibra. So this was Oburu Odinga in Kibra. And tell me, Bernard, thank you so much. Good to see you. I'm fine. This is Oburu Odinga in Kibra. And tell me whether there is a disconnect between Oburu Odinga and voters. People who used to vote for Raila Odinga, they are not connecting with Oburu. There is a disconnect. Let's listen into Oburu's speech. A few seconds.
Kwa sababu nilipoteza ndugu yangu rafiki, ndugu yangu ambaye alikuwa party leader yangu, na tumeishi na yeye miaka 80 tukiwa pamoja. Jodala wakoda yuwa Raila. Okungeni koda yuwa Raila. Emomi aduge bedroom Raila.
God bless you too. So Oburu has to invoke the name of Raila Odinga in between. He has to invoke the name of Raila Odinga, and this is even more worse. If you look at that, how Oburu was speaking, Oburu has lost it. Oburu Odinga has lost it. Let's listen into this. Is what Oburu Odinga had to say today. This is another speech in Kibra.
Sasa shilingi milioni 3 wale ambao manyumba zao milioni 3 wale ambao manyumba zao zilibomolewa leo asubuhi.
So Oburu is struggling to speak. Oburu is struggling to address the common people. Oburu is struggling, and so I think Oburu should resign. Oburu should just resign from being the party leader of ODM. It is too much. It is too much for him. I mean, it is too much. So there was low turnout of ODM supporters in Kibra, the bedroom of ODM. If you now combine sending Sifuna away, sending Babu Win away, sending Caleb Amisio away, sending other people within the party with what we have seen today, because Oburu Odinga was together with the broad-based team, the so-called broad-based team. We had Wanga, we had Abdul Swamad, and many others were with Oburu. This is a challenge, which means there is a disconnect. There is a disconnect between Oburu Odinga. There is a disconnect between Oburu Odinga and the people. This was the first rally that ODM has held in Kibra since the demise of Raila. The first rally since the demise of Raila Amolo Odinga. And it was not, I mean, there was low turnout of ODM as supporters. And I doubt if ODM will vote for the endorsement, or rather the broad-based team. This one has now pointed out clearly that if ODM under Oburu Odinga decides to join William Ruto, they will walk alone. They will go alone in that coalition. They will go alone in that coalition. Because if this was a rally that they had organized and mobilized, and the people refuse to attend, and there is low voter turnout, then it means what? It means that Oburu has made ODM to be unpopular. But the Oburu Odinga is unpopular. And he was forced to invoke the name of Raila Odinga. He was invoking the name of Raila Odinga. Okay? So that is what we saw. What we saw today at Kibra. That is what we saw today at Kibra rally. So it is unfortunate. ODM must go for the NDC elections. For ODM to remain strong. For ODM to remain strong, number one, ODM must elect new officials. That is number one. Number two, I think Oburu is tired. Oburu is tired. Let me get that footage. Oburu Odinga. Oburu Odinga. Oburu Odinga. Oburu Odinga in Kibra. Oburu Odinga in Kibra. Oburu Odinga in Kibra. In Kibra. Let's listen into that. This was Oburu Odinga in Kibra. Let's listen in a few seconds. Let's listen in a few seconds.
Wananchi wa Kibera, leo ni leo. Leo na chama kwa serikali ambayo sisi pia tutaunda. Kwa serikali ambayo
So that is Oburu Odinga. So the fact that the people boycotted that particular function is a poignant wake-up call. It is a wake-up call for Oburu. Oburu should wake up and smell the coffee. He should wake up and smell the coffee. If not, ODM is going to lose most of its seats in 2027. So Oburu Odinga must wake up and smell the coffee. He should also call for NDC elections so that the delegates can elect a party leader that they want. Because there is a huge disconnect between the people and the party leader. If it were Raila Odinga, the meeting would have been filled to capacity, would have been full to the brink or to the brim. So I think Oburu Odinga plus everything that is around him must prepare to, talk people-based politics. ODM should now stop spending so much time to popularize Ruto. ODM should stop and they should listen to the SG. They should listen to the SG. So, and this proves that if Sifuna walks out of ODM, ODM will remain a shell. Okay. Let's focus onto another issue of Wamatangi. Kimani Wamatangi. Kimani Wamatangi and the demolitions that have taken place. Kimani Wamatangi. Guys, sorry for what just happened. My device got some itches and I think sorry for that. So what were we saying? The issue of Kimani Wamatangi, whether it is political or not. Yes, I think the issue of Kimani Wamatangi should stop politicizing government enforcement. And you see, I think he had set up his businesses or structure or whichever on public land. Actually, it is Kenya Railways land, and that is why he had been issued with orders to vacate the place. And I think, being a governor, he thought that being a government official would shield him from the demolitions, and it has been very unfortunate for Kimani Wamatangi, the governor of Kiambu. And according to Kimani Wamatangi, Ruto is the one, orchestrating the demolitions. Okay? So Kimani Wamatangi and many other rich people, encroachment of public land is also something that we must fight as a country. And I think on that, we need a lot of enforcements, so that we don't have leaders taking advantage while violating rules and regulations that have been put there, in terms of like what has happened to Kimani Wamatangi. This is what Kimani Wamatangi had to say. This is what Kimani Wamatangi had to say. This is what Kimani Wamatangi had to say concerning the demolitions. This is what Kimani Wamatangi had to say concerning the demolitions of his properties. This is what Kimani Wamatangi had to say on the demolitions of his property. But government rules must be enforced. Okay, that is what is there. So even if Kimani Wamatangi feels bad about it, but I think the government must also protect its citizens, because what will Walalawis like us say? What will Walalawis like us say? What will Walalawis like us do what? Say. So I think on that the government is very right, and Kimani Wamatangi is very wrong. Very wrong. Very wrong. Kimani Wamatangi. Kimani Wamatangi. Kimani Wamatangi. Kimani Wamatangi. Kimani Wamatangi. Kimani Wamatangi. So I want to play this clip, this sound of Kimani Wamatangi, as far as the demolitions of his property is something to go by. Mosquitoes all over. Kimani Wamatangi. So Kimani Wamatangi is the governor for Kiambu, and is among the people who voted for William Ruto, who supported William Ruto in the last election. But now they are suffering. So let's listen in to Kimani Wamatangi today. This is Kimani Wamatangi.
Nikapanda ngazi kidogo, nikaanza kuuza hayo magari. Baada ya kuuza magari, sasa ndio biashara bado nikaanza mambo ya transport. Nimejilelea hapa kutoka kijana, na wakati nilikuja hapa nilienda mpaka kule kwa watu ya reli. Nikachukua lease ya 65 na ninalipanga kila mwezi tunalipa. Lakini haya ambayo yametokea leo ni mipango ya siasa. And I'm asking myself, when will this political persecution end for me?
So the question is, if it is true that Kimani Wamatangi is being fought politically, who is fighting Kimani Wamatangi politically? Who is fighting Kimani Wamatangi politically? Who is fighting Kimani Wamatangi? Maybe you can tell me in the comment section. Who is fighting Kimani Wamatangi? Maybe from the Mount Kenya or whatever. Who is fighting Kimani Wamatangi? Who is fighting Kimani Wamatangi? Who is fighting Kimani Wamatangi? That is the question. Sometimes it is the president. Sometimes it is those around the president. Sometimes just close associates of Kimani Wamatangi. So let me go through some of the nini here. Okay, let me go through some of the updates that maybe we have here. Let me go through some of the updates. Let me look at the updates. Wanga backs Sifuna's stance against Ruto. Questions motive behind push to wipe him out as ODM SG. By the way, yesterday Gladys Wanga defended Edwin Sifuna and said that there is no need to host Sifuna. So Wanga alitetea Sifuna jana, and she was forced to defend Edwin Sifuna. But based on what we have seen today, there is no need to impeach Sifuna. Based on what we have seen today, ODM struggling to mobilize people. ODM struggled to mobilize people in Kibra. There is no need to chase Sifuna out of the party. The party is struggling, and there is no need to even start to chase Sifuna. Let me look at other issues that are also on the high rise. Justin, UDA mandates Ruto to initiate coalition talks with ODM ahead of 2027 polls. Okay. The United Democratic Alliance UDA party leader, President William Ruto. Okay, the UDA NEC, the United Democratic National Alliance Executive Committee, has formally mandated the party leader, President William Ruto, to initiate structured coalition negotiations with the Orange Democratic Movement ODM ahead of the 2027 general elections. The move signals UDA's resolve to formalize and strengthen the parties. So the NEC mandated the UDA party leader. The NEC mandated the UDA party leader to establish mechanisms for structured engagement with the ODM party to achieve the desired outcome. The committee said, okay. So the UDA NEC of UDA, National Executive Council of UDA party, has now given Ruto a go-ahead to form, or rather to have a coalition talk or agreement with ODM ahead of 2027. Remember, Uburu had also met with the ODM NEC to talk about the issues of coalition. But based on the low turnout of citizens in Kibra rally today, ODM should not even think of working with UDA. Chama cha ODM waanze mpango ingine. Chama ya ODM waanze mpango ingine. They should abort that plan of working with Ruto, because it's not going to work. It is not going to work. Chama cha ODM, na vile nimesema, they need to elect. The delegates must elect a new leader, not Uburu. Not Uburu. What we have seen in Kibra, not Uburu. In fact, the ODM team which is rebelling against Ruto are very powerful. If they call a rally, that rally will be full. The team comprising of Babu Owino, the team comprising of Orengo, the team comprising of who? Of Winnie Odinga. If they organize a rally, the same rally that Kina Oburu and Wanga organized, it will be full. And I think that is what is there, and that is what must happen. Let me look at another story. So ODM, we expect ODM and UDA to merge ahead of 2027, and already the UDA National Executive Council has given William Ruto a go ahead to merge with ODM. Now, outspoken lawyer and political activist Miguna has made a bold prediction. So according to Miguna, ODM and UDA are already showing signs of working together behind the scenes. Miguna believes that by the next general election, ODM and the UDA will officially unite to form a one powerful political force. So that is also something that is there. Whether ODM and UDA unite, that one will I think the issue of ODM and whatever I've covered. Well, another thing that we want to talk, I want to talk about again. Sifuna and Babu Owino were missing in today's Kibra rally. Otsotsi was missing in today's Kibra rally. That one communicates a very powerful message. Why are they missing? Why do we have Babu Owino missing? Why do we have Sifuna missing? Why do we have Caleb Amisi missing? Otsotsi was missing today. So I think it's very unfortunate. These are unfolding events. Fuel prices drop by 2 shillings in January review. So fuel prices have also dropped. The Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority has announced that super petrol, diesel, and kerosene have decreased by 2 shillings, 1 shilling, and 1 shilling per liter respectively. So let's look at this. In Nairobi, super petrol, diesel, and kerosene now retail at 182.52 shillings, to 170 shillings, and whatever, of course, that's there. So EPRA has reduced the fuel prices. The new fuel prices will take effect on 15th February to 14th 2026. So EPRA has reduced fuel prices, and I think that's a good news for many Kenyans. EPRA has reduced fuel prices. So fuel prices dropped by 2 shillings in January review. That is there. Another information that I want to pass right now is that former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua expels DCP member for collecting Ruto's Nyota Fund. So fresh controversy has erupted within the DCP party following the reported expulsion of a member accused of engaging with a government-backed youth funding program linked to President William Ruto. That is an issue that is there. So former Deputy President expels DCP member for collecting Ruto's Nyota funds. So that is there according to Rigathi Gachagua. This DCP member has been expelled from DCP for collecting Nyota fund. So that's, I think, that is what is now happening, and we have to say it the way it is. So Gachagua has actually fired an ally, or one of his allies, who went to collect Nyota funds from William Ruto. So Gachagua is very strict. Kenya Power announces blackout, power blackout in 4 counties. Kenya Power announces power blackouts in 4 counties tomorrow. So let's look at these counties. I'm seeing Nairobi, I'm seeing Nakuru, I'm seeing Busia, Kakamega, Isiolo. So tomorrow expect power blackout in these counties: Isiolo, Nairobi, Nakuru, Busia, Kisumu. Okay, so expect power blackout in these counties. Last but not least, and I think this is now myopic thinking from Aaron Cheruiyot. So Aaron Cheruiyot explains why most MPs cannot copy Ndindi Nyoro's 500 school fees plan. Senate Majority Leader Aaron Cheruiyot has weighed in on the growing national debate sparked by Kiaru Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro's decision to cap public day secondary school fees at 500 shillings per term, explaining why the move cannot be easily replicated by all MPs across the country. The discussion gained momentum after Ndindi Nyoro unveiled his 2026 education program in Kiharu constituency. So Ndindi Nyoro Day School students will pay 500 shillings, and I wish it could be that way in the whole country. Guys, I'm done with today's political room. Of course, this is political room in Kenya and world, and we are still looking at the elections in Uganda, where Museveni yesterday switched off the internet, and up to date, the internet in Uganda is still switched off. I think without much ado, let's meet tomorrow. Let's talk tomorrow. Let us also converse and converge, and ideologically, spiritually, and so that mutually we, steer our country, steer the world ahead. And I think, thank you so much, guys. My name is Moses Otieno, and I'm very glad that you are watching this particular channel. Well, this channel cannot be where it is. It is because of your support that this channel has managed to be where it is. Until next time, goodbye for now. See you tomorrow. Good night, and may God be with you. Today analysis is short and clear, and I think it's a good time. Let me make quick shout to those who were participated in this live, and of course many other people who have participated. Thank you so much. I have here Bernard and also Benny. Otherwise, guys, without much ado, thank you, and I think may God's favors be upon you. Goodbye for now. Until next time. Bye.